From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Thursday, April 23rd, 2015. Silver is trading at $15.89 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,190 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $236. Antiwar.com reports on Tuesday afternoon, facing growing criticism for massive civilian death tolls, Saudi Arabia announced the end to its airstrikes against Yemen, claiming they had accomplished their military objectives. By Wednesday morning, Saudi warplanes were once again pounding targets at several sites in Yemen, leaving many to wonder what the point was of Tuesday's mission accomplished moment. The Saudis seemed keen to rebrand Operation Decisive Storm amid the growing death toll, but it's hard to imagine anyone else will see the new operation as anything but the old operation under a different name. Yemen's Houthis, the primary target of Saudi strikes, continue to urge a cessation of hostilities and negotiations under UN auspices. The Saudis have publicly insisted that the only end they'll expect to the war is the reinstallation of former President Hadi, who resigned in January and is now living in exile in Riyadh, awaiting a second shot at being a ruler with no electoral mandate, but with substantial international military backing. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. UPI reports Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell from Kentucky introduced a bill on Tuesday to extend the controversial USA PATRIOT Act and its surveillance provisions until 2020. The extension would allow the NSA to continue to collect data on millions of U.S. phone records daily. The NSA does so under the authority of Section 215, which allows for secret court orders to collect tangible things that could be used by the government in investigations. Section 215 expires on June 1st. The NSA's mass collection program was revealed by former contractor Edward Snowden, which sparked a debate about privacy, security, and the reach of government surveillance. Senator Patrick Leahy from Vermont said in a statement, despite overwhelming consensus that the bulk collection of Americans' phone records under Section 215 of the USA PATRIOT Act must end, Senate Republican leaders are proposing to extend that authority without change. This tone-deaf attempt to pave the way for 5.5 more years of unchecked surveillance will not succeed. I will oppose any reauthorization of Section 215 that does not contain meaningful reforms. Leahy and a bipartisan group of lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee are attempting to end the NSA's mass collection of records. Harley Geiger, policy counsel at the Center for Democracy and Technology, said, the Senate Majority Leader's bill makes no attempt to protect Americans' privacy or reform ongoing NSA surveillance programs that do not provide any tangible benefit to national security. For Americans concerned about government intrusion in their lives, the bill is a kick in the stomach. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo, and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports police in Utah said on Wednesday they had arrested a 25-year-old man on suspicion of arson after he told police officers he lit a brush fire that burned dozens of acres to signal for help after his car got stuck. The Grand County Sheriff's Office said its deputies, local firefighters, and Bureau of Land Management workers responded to a report of Monday's blaze, which destroyed up to 40 acres of old-growth cottonwood trees and other vegetation and threatened several structures. In a statement, the Sheriff's Office said a vehicle had become stuck near where the fire started when the driver had tried to turn around on the hillside. The driver, Weston Frank Viteri of Green River, Utah, told law enforcers that he had started a fire as a signal for help. One firefighter sustained burns when he stepped into a hole created by a burned-out stump and was transported to Moab Regional Hospital. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.